get off my bed.
Knocked on the door, rang the doorbell, looking up the camera, I was like, what are you fucking doing inside there? Let me in, I want to go home, back to bed.
Wasn't the door to Shannon Dock?
Wasn't the door to Shannon Dock. Some fella pops to the door doing are you looking for Shannon Dock? He's like, yeah, they moved about 2 years ago.
You went to the old place. Oh my God. You idiot.
I was like, San Diego.
Oh my God. Wow. How often do they? That's a solicitor's now, isn't it?
It is,
I had no clue it was.
Yeah.
I can tell you what he wasn't.
What I do won't help you. The door.
I can tell you what he wasn't, was a doctor. Welcome to the podcast. It's me, Chris and Siobhan. Listen to us talk about stuff or don't. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to episode 26. We're back this week. Good to be back. Had to take last week off because I was sick and I wanted to slash my wrists.
66% of us were diseased.
I'm still a bit sick. I'm on day 13.
That's mad now that you're still sick when you didn't get the vaccine.
It wasn't COVID. I don't need a vaccine. It's a strain of flu I heard that's going on called the standing man pneumonia.
What?
That's what the strain. That's what
standing man pneumonia.
A few people messaged me about it. They said you have standing man pneumonia and it can last for 2 to 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Just attacks you constantly for 2 weeks, which is amazing because I have a competition in 6 weeks.
The standing man knew that. How have I not heard that? The standing man. Oh, where's the woman?
Because I think it's because you can kind of function in it.
It's these weird viruses that just keep popping up every couple of weeks. Like, why do we keep getting sick?
Do you remember a few years ago they got this one called COVID and everyone had to take vaccines and...
Don't get me fucking started on that.
Don't get me started on
vaccines
the stupidity of
people.
Go
get vaccinated.
We had Padraig Leddy email us and he said, "Hey Pa, still loving the podcast." Oh, still loving it, huh?
It's on a knife edge though. Any moment now.
Why was the episode removed for having the guard on? Then almost a week later, the two Johnnies had two guards on. Keep up the great work.
Yes, we saw that. Yeah.
P. Leddy Motors. Thank you, P. Leddy.
I did notice that.
County Cavan. Jesus.
County Cavan.
And I wouldn't mind, but it was a bloody good episode.
Fucking hilarious.
I'll tell you why, because the two Paddies...
Johnnies
is a scripted nonsense shite and...
No, that's not. It's not nonsense. Like, what they do is good, but like they're polished now and...
So polished and scripted and...
No, but my point is, like, they're the podcast that the Gardaí would go to, their marketing team
their department would have given the okay for that.
Yeah, so they'd have gotten the nod. We're renegades.
I would rather not have any guards on than be handed two guards with, and here you're allowed, these are the questions you're going to ask.
I know, yeah.
Why are guards so cool?
So in your job, what about the
can you rob? Oh, you can't. Are you allowed to take? No, you're not. Trevor smoke? No, you can't.
And of course they're going through a massive recruitment campaign as well at the moment.
They should get cool.
Well, they'd have had a rake of people if they left our episode alone.
They should have cool podcasts, not the two Johnnies.
I know.
Two Johnnies are owned by RTE, so they have to. Hey RTE, can we say this?
No, I think that's unfair. A bit unfair. No, what they do is good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
but they are the podcast that if you want to officially do things, they're the podcast.
Totes official.
We're Totes not official.
I want to know what non-official. I want to.
We're like we should have called it the Black Sheep podcast.
Yeah, that's the story I want.
The vagabonds, renegades.
So I put up a thing in my Instagram story, and I wanted people's stories, COVID stories, and we got a lot of stuff in. I haven't pre-read any of these. Non-scripted gang. So this is from George Matthews' COVID story. We had a house party, plenty of alcohol flying around. There was about 20 of us in mid-lockdown when social distancing was in place. Anyway, the police showed up with sirens blaring like someone had just been murdered. Well, some idiot opened the door and let them in, so we all scattered and tried to hide. One of the drunk girls decided to hide under a glass coffee table. Oh, God. I was behind a curtain hanging next to a patio door. The policeman in the house was rocking. Policeman in the house was rocking in stitches.
Why are they not saying Garda and saying policeman?
Because I put an Instagram, and my Instagram is
It's probably a
Worldwide.
British person.
Could be
Worldwide,
up
worldwide.
north. Mr. Worldwide.
Go on anyway. What?
So it must be from the UK. The policeman in the house was rocking in stitches after seeing the girl under the coffee table and said, "I'll never find you there, love."
You can imagine him. Oh no, where is she?
It's like when you play hide and seek with a toddler and they just have a book over their face.
All I heard was knock knock, turn around to the face, the patio, French doors, and saw a good looking female officer there pointing at me and laughing. We all ended up with 30 quid fine each. I'd have paid 50 quid entrance fees for some of those parties. They could have gone for more. What was the 30 quid fine for?
I don't know. Was there a fine
Well,
in
there
place
was
at that time
gathering
if
when you were told to be doing social distancing.
I don't know what I'd be doing with that fine.
what you do with every fine? Ignore
Yeah.
it.
She's
a
lying.
fine.
That's not
A
real.
fine is just a suggestion.
Yeah.
It's if you feel like it, you could pay it.
If you have it, and if you don't, sure look.
Sure, look.
Thank you anyway. Thanks for coming. This is Connor Cole, COVID stories. Was living in Hong Kong during COVID.
Okay.
Some of the decisions made by the government during that time are absolutely hilarious. My favourite was when they ordered the surrender of pet hamsters to be culled after finding hamsters positive with the virus couldn't make it up. And there's an actual link
Could the
here.
hamsters not have stayed in the apartment with their owners and gotten over it?
No, you know the COVID rules.
How did it spread to the hamster population?
I suppose
Was
the
it
same way it
COVID?
spread to us.
No, but like you don't have fucking... You'd go on a dog play date with someone you know that has a dog. People with hamsters don't do that, do they?
But was there cross-species contamination? I don't think so.
Well, that would
So
be
how
the
did it-
reason for the cull. Like if they were a threat to humans, then it makes sense to cull that population if they were
So maybe
able
they
to
couldn't
spread it.
identify the source or how it was.
No, but what I'm saying is, like you say, nobody brings their hamster out.
It's Hong Kong. Maybe they do in Hong Kong. They have hamster
What
parties.
do hamsters? Why would you own a hamster?
they'd be
What
so
do they
cute.
do?
You have
They
them in
do
your
nothing.
top pocket.
They just like sit there and do nothing. What a boring pet. And you
they're
have to
cute,
clean
though.
up their poo. Why? Sure, if it does nothing, and you still have to clean up its poo.
Is there
Why
any
would you
pets
bother?
that don't poo?
No, I think they all poo.
Anyway, he goes on, what's even more nuts is that everyone living there started to worry about the what ifs, as in, what if they come for dogs? Let the people putting their pooches on private jets out of the city for thousands and thousands of pounds. What a time to be
where?
alive. Cheers.
Where were they sending
Con.
them to?
No, that's what
There's
I want
links
to know.
there to all these fucking stupid stories. Oh, lads.
Just out of the state, maybe to relatives or whatever,
Yeah,
in another
probably, yeah.
state with different regulations.
Ooh, this is a doozy.
Go on.
COVID story for the podcast from Mark Morris. During COVID, I was working as a public safety officer at a hospital. Part of the job was monitoring psych patients that would come in.
Oh, God.
One in particular was a regular who used to use illicit substances to get high all the time. This towards the end of my shift, third shift, and he decided to act like a fool. He tried to grab one of the female nurses that wanted to check his vitals, and I stepped in to stop him from touching her. He done tried to get in my face and I shoved him back. He put his hands on me, then he looked at me and said, "I'm going to punch you in the face." I made the mistake of looking away, and in an instant he had clocked me right on the side of my jaw, and me and him got into a tussle. I was able to reach for the panic button on my radio so I could call for help. When the rest of the morning shift got there as well, some of the nurses, to get him off me and to, God, I hate when people don't use
Full stops,
or like breaks.
commas, a comma. Yeah.
I'm buried knowing the story somewhere.
Harvard comma. Is it called? What's it? Oxford comma?
Oxford. No, all you need is just
I'm just looking for
just
spaces.
a regular a semicolon.
Just
Anyway.
a
semicolon. Break it in two.
I had him in a guillotine hold in a body scissors. The damage wasn't too bad. I had a minor cut in the inside of my cheek and some bruising, which thankfully was covered by workman's comp, and I didn't need stitches even though it was offered to me. But the doctor said I could get away with just letting it heal naturally. Also, a police report was filed because he claimed I assaulted him. It didn't seem so on camera. Thankfully it didn't catch the part where I shoved him, but it did show me putting him in a guillotine hold and body scissors. Do you know what body scissors is?
I don't know
That's
what
when you're
either
lying
of
on the
those
ground,
things
their
are.
legs are wrapped
Wrapped
around
around you,
you.
like-
And
What's a
then
guillotine hold?
Guillotine, like your legs are like this, so he was holding him with his legs in the guillotine hold.
Nope.
Oh, in my head, he had his legs wrapped around his body and he had his head and neck there. Anyway, semantics. Go
Splitting
on.
hairs.
In reality, I was trying to choke him out because I had asked the nurses prior to give him something so he would just go to sleep, but they refused it. My boss was willing to give me the night off to heal from my trauma, but I said that I'm fine and came into work the next night. I wasn't expecting to be praised for what I did, but I was laughed at by a lot of people because they thought me getting punched in the face and bleeding was hilarious. Even the nurse that I saved was on the laughs. I didn't take too hard, but I thought it was ironic considering they would all look to us to make sure they were safe. Anyways, love the show. Shout out to your sisters, they're awesome. Love your fellow cuntling, Mark.
He's not wrong.
Oh, a little army of cuntlings.
Thanks, Mark. That's lousy. They were laughing at him. He fucking went
saved
in
them,
and
yeah.
saved them.
Yeah.
Why
Lousy.
are
The
people
nurse
assholes?
laughing at him.
Yeah.
Would she be laughing if the cut was on her cheek?
If the cut was on the
Or
other
if someone
cheek.
had
If the
her
cut
in
was on the other cheek.
Yeah. If someone had her in a guillotine hold.
Is it guillotine or guillotine?
Guillotine.
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 Is it French? I bet you it's French. Of course
It is French. It was invented in
Fucking
France.
French people.
Imagine that was how Jesus died. It'd be little guillotines they'd be wearing on the chains, not crosses.
Little scapulars.
Well,
like
it's
the scapulars.
a torture method. No, I like your torture method chain. It's very nice.
It's like
Diamond.
all these other things you see. Like, I don't know why they come up for me a lot on Facebook and that.
Yeah, I
And
wonder why your algorithm is pulling that up for you.
You should see.
You don't want to see my algorithm.
There was one this morning and I was like, it's actually so bad I can't even send it to you.
Luke sent me one last night. I was like, no, that's too far. He's like, no, but look at the comments. I was like, no.
Where is the line?
That it's called the iron mask, and you put the mask on him, and there's got like it's got like long screws with wings like this on the eyes. So you just, why would you want to do that to another person?
Or like when they strapped them to
Or
like a
flaying.
cart and then told the horses to
Flaying.
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 So taking the
flaying?
skin off someone.
If you'd have
until-
watched Vikings now, you'd know.
I don't think
It's
they
so
did it.
bloody boring.
Well, was it in the kingdom?
No,
Or
in Vikings they did a blood eagle. A blood
Oh, the
eagle is
blood
taking
eagle.
out the lungs from the back while they're still alive, isn't it?
You're right. Yeah. Was it in the last kingdom they were doing flaying?
Flaying was
Or was
used
it Game
by-
of Thrones?
So you what, pull their skin off.
Flaying is trying to get his skin off all in one go. Do you know, like you do an orange? You're like, oh, fuck it.
I
He's
saw
trying to
that
do it.
once. I went on a visit to Silver Hill Duck Farm. Fabulous. Well, for
They
people
flayed all the ducks.
who like literally ducks upside down in, and it was
Imagine that-
dipped in wax, and then and the whole lot comes off at once.
What's your job? I'm a duck flayer.
Flare of ducks.
Yeah, it was horrific, absolutely horrific. And then the guys that were on the line, you know, they're obviously used to this, and we were like laughing at us. It was disgusting. I didn't eat meat for 4 years afterwards.
Champion.
Again,
Another story in from Tully Archer. Hi, Patrick. I've been following you on Instagram for a little while and I love you very much already.
love you, love you, love
When I was
you.
first started trying to get healthy, I'm down from 304 pounds to 232 pounds. That's some weight loss.
Well done.
That's 140 kg down to just over 100 kilos. It's nearly
That's unreal.
40 kilos lost.
Bloody hell.
That's
I lost 9 on Sophie's plan.
9
I lost
kg?
9 pounds.
Oh,
Jesus.
I'd lose 9 pounds and I sit down.
You inside in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I lost about the same, 9 pounds.
Did
Sophie's
you?
a legend, yeah, and we're about to embark on another one. So Sophie Markham, shout out to you.
And a big part of that was the Just Be. Thank God we were introduced to that. It made it so easy. Oh my
yes,
God.
literally the chips fell right.
The protein balls.
Oh, for something savoury.
Porridge.
Or
something sweet. Yeah.
Something sweet,
I have not wanted chocolate, sweets, nothing. Because I have that. And it
Ways
just
like
it's
that,
a
yeah.
small little bit
Yeah.
of effort to make them. But you can make them for a full week. And 2 of them, and that's like all I need sweet in the week. And it's so good for you and loads of fibre and everything. Oh my God.
Snacks.
Schnacks.
Anyway.
Turning us into snacks.
Schnack. I'm about to be a fully fledged schnack.
I tried jogging in the park one day, bad idea. You can't just jump into that shit. No, you can't.
That's absolutely right.
I'm proud of stubborn me for trying though. Anyways, I was about 3 hours away from realising that I'd come down with something. I felt a little stuffy, but I figured it was the cold. Super insecure about my burning lungs, flopping fat and panic rising panic I mean. I jog wadded along, wanting to disappear into or perhaps become a loaded baked potato. Then I, a straight woman, saw a very attractive man come around the corner jogging up towards me. Attractive men be nice to me thus far ran about 2.28%, so I braced for the usual
Being ignored.
lip curl, and that says, What the hell is she doing in my public space? But not today.
Oh, so she
That's
was
a
waiting
terrible
for a
feeling.
negative reaction.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Today, the handsome man did what he seemed to be an actual genuine encouraging thumbs up and smiled at me, at which point my silly mirror neurons produced a smile for my face as well. But the stuffiness was more than just the cold weather. Some combination of congestion, gasping for air, lips slightly ajar, led to release of a giant glob of snotty, spitty substance that flew out from my mouth. And landed
It couldn't happen 2 seconds later when he was past her. Oh my God.
on my own face as I ran into it. Then I got the lip curl of disgust. But hey, you can't say I didn't earn it. Cheers to you.
I'll get it
Tully
right this
Weston
time.
Archer.
A big lugger on her face.
Lugger.
Oh no.
Oh, what'd you do with it? Flick it off. Ugh.
He probably thought she did it on purpose.
Oh my God. Well done on the weight loss anyway. That was
Yeah, bloody
brilliant.
hell. Oh, God.
From Frank Ayala. I worked loss prevention for Apple, hands-on with handcuffs, had an anti-vaccine, anti-mask, Caucasian female adult into the store.
The worst kind.
Was she wearing a MAGA hat?
Probably. She attempted to steal about $500 worth of Apple products. After I arrested her and handcuffed her, she filed a complaint saying I violated her rights by not staying.
To free stuff. I'm entitled to those things.
I hate that.
I'm a sovereign citizen. Like, the laws don't apply to me. You're one that was pulled over that she was driving. I don't need
understand
a
that.
license. Your laws don't apply to me.
All right, yeah. That's like your one. See the one I did, the video I did during the week of your one, and your man said, "You finished all your plates?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm going to put them away." And she went,
Fucking disgusting behavior, you lazy
my God.
bastard.
Yeah, put them-
Put
yeah.
them back. And she goes, no. Like, it was the most stupid thing to ask her.
"Yeah,
She deserves that plate falling on her foot.
oh, it would be lovely." Anyway, she filed a complaint saying I violated her rights by not staying 6 feet from her, and that I risked her health. That heifer had the audacity to say I risked her health while admitting to being anti-vaccine and anti-mask. See?
How was he risking her life that way? Well, it's that the thing didn't exist, but if someone had it and passed it to them, it was their fault for making them sick.
I
And
risked
then,
her health. Oh, because he wasn't masked up, maybe?
yeah, but they don't believe in masks either. So, like, it makes no sense her saying that. But then we can probably tell the type of person she is if
I know,
she's
but-
stealing Apple products. Like, who wants those in the first place?
Plus, you go into an Apple store and there are no corners to hide in. So, like, where are you
It's
putting
really
it?
out
How
in
do
the
you?
open.
I mean, you would need to be.
Maybe she's
swift.
a proud shoplifter.
Plus,
It probably was one of those like knockoff. Is that rain?
that is rain outside.
What's she
Yeah,
preferring a
Do you know them? Like they're not Apple stores, but they're very like them.
Papel.
pear?
Banana.
Like one of those concession stores. It's not a full
Yeah.
store on its own, but sort of
they sell Apple, but they're not Apple.
Like
Oh, yeah,
Campu
yeah,
B
yeah.
in Limerick.
No, not that one. The other one. What did I call it? It even looks like apple, but it's not. It's not a fruit either.
Got me there.
Do not know.
second,
No,
no.
I do not know.
I will tell you exactly. now,
Also, I don't
because
care.
If you
I don't
give it
really
away.
care either.
No.
There's a storm rolling in again tomorrow.
For fuck. So
I know,
actually,
give us a break.
I was at Pierce's match this morning and I'm covered in shit. I had no time
Select
to change.
Apple.
Oh,
Select.
select, yeah. What's the difference?
Select.
Beast from the East, apparently.
Stop it tomorrow.
I don't know, but it's one rolling in.
Oh, forgot. Am I going to have to put away loads of bloody
your
garden
washing in.
furniture? And I don't put washing out. You can't. There's too much moisture where I live.
Do you know a weird symptom I got with this fucking thing is lockjaw? Is lockjaw when you can't close your jaw?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't close my jaw.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, fully?
Yeah.
You
I
still can't.
I can't do it, no. Can't do it. Like, it won't
do
go
it.
down.
Wait,
So-
look up. What is the
Standing man.
The thing that causes lockjaw? Is it? Oh my god! Starts with T. I think
TMJ?
There's a very no. That's what I have. Well, which was solved last summer, but we can't talk about that here. No, the
Tetanus, inflammation, bruxism, infection, cancer. You're dying. Tetanus.
Chest aids.
chest aids. That's what he has. Chest aids.
Chest aids.
The fucking rolling back of US aid and how that's going to affect science. Oh my God.
Horrific, yeah.
They're running trials for new drugs to for people that have AIDS to keep it at bay, like, you know, this autoimmune disease, so that they don't die from it. And when they're trialing these new drugs and they stop it in the middle of it, then it's just an opportunity for that virus to become resistant to that. Like, it's such a stupid decision.
Squandering loads of money.
Oh my God.
No?
Oh my God.
No? Isn't that...
USAID.
Yeah.
Why? On what?
I don't know. That's what I read. That
One of the things was like, did you know they were giving cocaine to dogs? Like...
No, that's not what I read.
Well, there was a few of those stories where they took the thing, it's like kind of truth, but they put it in such a way that it sounds salacious, and we must stop this.
I know, but you've stupid people listening to that. In the same way that he came out that they stopped
50 million
condoms going to Gaza.
Yeah.
Dope. And you see him with the chainsaw. Oh, I mean, I thought I was fully embarrassed by him up to that.
I know, the second-hand embarrassment. You actually get a pain in your chest.
I'm like, oh God, if he was related to me, I'd die.
Yeah.
He's so disgusting.
And his father is a horrible creature.
Fucking having sex with his stepdaughter. What is wrong with you? And what's wrong with her with his fucking eyebrows? Stage.
He's like a human slug.
What's step, bro?
Like an albino human slug.
No, do you not get the ick with like those? His eyebrows were straight up.
He looks like if you were to draw a bad man, that you would draw him.
Yeah, he should own a white van.
He should own.
Yeah, with a weird smell.
So he's a white jet.
Huh? He makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
He's a white rocket ship.
He's the one now. There's probably, apart from his stepdaughter, like every other woman gets the hairs on the back of her neck stand up. When you're around a fella like that, you can like sense it off them.
Anyway.
There's a few around here.
Make my hair stand on end for the wrong reasons.
Huh? I can't escape them fuckers everywhere.
Oh, so it is every man until we can tell the difference.
Men. It's not all men.
All men.
It is, because how do I tell a bad man?
How do I tell a bad woman?
As Pierce would say, a black hoodie.
There you go.
There you go.
Simple.
Right.
That's a bad man uniform. Black hoodie.
Black hoodie in a white van? Makes sense, yeah. Okay.
You want to see my puppies? Absolutely.
Hello, I'm Jules. Here's a summary of my story during the pandemic. I was an ER, ICU, RN. What's
all of the letters in one sentence?
RN
Okay.
under.
RL.
RN.
Registered nurse.
Registered nurse.
During the COVID pandemic, I am now a nurse practitioner. At one point, we had so many deaths that patients weren't discharging from our hospital. Staff was overworked. Sometimes we would work 20-hour shifts due to the mass amounts of people needing care. Staff were starting to get depressed due to our patients dying so frequently. The hospital administration said they'd play a song overhead. They'd play a song overhead for each COVID patient that discharged. It took 3 months before we heard the song, but when it came on, there wasn't a dry eye in the hospital. I had the immense privilege of comforting people in their last moments because their families weren't allowed in. I had patients who were alert enough to call or FaceTime their families before they had to be intubated.
Nice try.
Incubated.
Good job, buddy.
As many knew they were not seeing their families again. Looking back, I'm glad I did that because most of them didn't see their families again. I don't know their names or the names of their family members, but I hope those little things mattered for them.
They did, of course.
Many of my co-workers lost family members during this time too, and we were isolating from our families to prevent spreading COVID to them. It was a really brutal time. It felt like a field hospital in a war some days since we had so many patients. My husband was gearing up for a special ops deployment, so I had to mentally prepare for that, plus nurse practitioner school, plus working that time. Being isolated was rough. I no longer work in emergency medicine, but I love every minute of it. It was an honour to help all those people. Thanks, Jules.
Oh, wow.
Jules.
Wow. What a great lady. And everyone that did that job then. My God.
Horrific.
What a horrific job. I mean, good,
do you remember the video a doctor recorded from the point of view of you kind of dying from COVID, and he was intubating the patient and then working to get the tube down, and he videoed it as if you were looking at him. I will never forget it. It was absolutely horrible. It scared the shit out of me. Horrible.
Terrible.
What's it called again? A tube thing.
What?
That tube thing that you put down the throat, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if I did one before. I think I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
How
I
are you
did,
only
yeah,
half
put
sure
camera
that
down
you
your
did
throat.
it?
Because I'm not sure. Because
It could have been something else I stuffed down her throat.
I have a strange memory of. Do you know, it's shaped it's funny because it's shaped the exact same as a penis.
Insert joke here.
And you have to kind of.
And the smaller tube goes down through it.
It's like, yeah, it's really thick.
It's really thick. Girth.
I swear.
I suppose it's all kind of the same, isn't it? Because you have sphincters everywhere.
Don't put that in my sphincter.
See, there's sphincters everywhere. So obviously there's implements that would fit into that type of hole. That, I mean, if it works in one hole, it works in all
I've
holes.
seen other
most
sphincters, and
holes.
not all sphincters are the same. What is that?
Oh, boys. She's some sphincter on her.
Is that it?
Get it all out now.
What's that button do?
That would tighten anyone's sphincter. Get away, get away.
That'll turn you off it.
He's some tight sphincter on him. He wouldn't spend €1.
I've met a few with tight sphincters, I can tell you.
Squeak and they walk. Hey Pa, just seen this is John Mulno. Just seen your story on Instagram, wish you a speedy recovery. My COVID story is quite unreal. After we were told that we could all go out for an hour a day to exercise.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
What a load of horse shit.
Fucking ridiculous now, doesn't it?
Telling
It
you,
doesn't
in
sound
100 years,
ridiculous.
they're going to look back and laugh.
But you
They
remember
won't.
They will.
when myself and Chris, right, obviously spent every waking day together, and then when we were told you had to stay in your house, couldn't go anywhere. And remember when we were allowed out just to go over and sit in the step and we brought over picnic chairs and put them outside in the yard, sitting there going,
It's so
what
weird.
the fuck are we doing? Like, what?
Yeah.
It's so
Stupid
completely
is the word I'm looking
surreal.
for. The ice bucket challenge.
Was that then?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No, 2014.
No, that was before it.
2014.
Was it?
2014.
Because it has made a
yeah,
resurgence.
Right, yeah, it has,
Why?
yeah.
And it's young ones doing it. Why?
Because the young ones think they're the first ones to do everything. They're really cool.
We're way cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were cool first.
You did that 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Because I'm
11 years ago. My COVID story is quite unreal. After we were told that we could all go out for an hour a day to exercise, I was left thinking about people with limited mobility who couldn't. So I ran a daily exercise class on Facebook Live. After a few weeks doing this, it got a bit boring doing the same exercise, so I decided to teach people how to self-massage and loosen off their bodies to rid the aches and pains of just sitting around every day.
fair.
Excuse me. On day 3 of my massage teachings, I thought I would show people how a lot of knee pain comes from imbalance in the thighs. So told everyone to get their olive oil out of the kitchen, roll their trousers up, slap a bit of olive oil on, and loosen their thigh muscles. The Facebook algorithms mistook the flesh rubbing for something else, and my post got banned. I got a message saying that it went against the community standards for nudity and sexual content. At the time, the only thing in the news was about how many people were dying of COVID. So as my story was a bit of fun, it took off. It ended up not only in every newspaper in Great Britain, but the following week, ITV came around and gave me a socially distant interview in the garden. The next week, it was all in the papers around the world.
What?
The unfortunate thing about this is I couldn't capitalize on my viral fame because everything was shut down. So after a few weeks, it was just a story that ended up forgotten. I've achieved quite a lot in my career, but still when you Google John Mulno, Molly Fit, what comes up is OAP fitness class banned as a mistaken for porn. Below is one of the articles from the good old Daily Mail. Wish you well, kind regards, John. Thank you, John.
John Mulno, what was the name of it?
John Mulno, Molly Fit.
Older adult.
MOLY.
Molly Fit, yeah, older adult exercises.
Adult exercises.
Wow.
Today we're going
Yeah,
to be stroking
Facebook
the
banned
penis.
OAP fitness class after leg oiling. Leg oiling incident.
And it was like an OAP class.
Oh, God. That's so embarrassing.
Now you want to stroke the bridge, guys?
Do you know what I was thinking? They'd have to roll their trouser leg the whole way up their leg to their thigh.
I was just thinking about that when I
They'd
said
want
it.
really wide leg trousers.
Wide leg trousers, yeah.
So they
Skinny
had to
legs.
drop them.
Also, if they were immobile, were they? Because I have a picture of them sitting in like a seat. or a wheelchair.
Or just kind of just not as mobile as
Sitting on the edge of a couch or a chair is what you'd
I'm
do.
sure you have to bend over to roll up the leg of your trousers. I just see them having a little bit of difficulty with that. I mean, that was
I
probably the
don't.
first half of the class, to be fair.
well, they weren't wearing cigarette trousers anyway,
Yeah.
What
Or
are
do you know
cigarette
those old
trousers?
horrible
Like
polyester
they're-
trousers?
or straight legs. Jeez, you'd hardly gotten away with it with like boot cut. None of those go up to the thigh.
Jeans.
Jeans,
But you
nuh-uh.
wouldn't get those up over your calf.
Leggings.
These jeans are
couldn't.
unreal.
Yeah. Well, you could do it through the leggings. Are jeans in or out?
I don't know, but they're comfortable.
What ones are they? They're your good jeans.
No, I wear them all
With
the
your
time.
Victorian girl boots underneath. You should be walking the streets in those.
They're the most comfortable shoes ever. They're
Molly,
like-
Yeah, they
Molly
look
Malone
it.
shoes.
It's like they do this to you.
What are they?
Shoes.
Disgusting.
What are they? They're like they're fucking sprayed
They're
onto your feet.
they're barefoot shoes.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, do you know, do you remember you used to go into that shop with the blue banner years ago, and as soon as you go in the door, the smell of plastic that would hit you.
Yeah.
Those.
These jeans
Are made from recycled tires.
they're so comfortable.
Are they?
They're actually like wearing a pair of
Comfortable jeans?
they're exactly like they're so comfortable. It's like wearing fucking do you know cotton pants? Well, they probably are cotton.
They're cotton if they're jeans. Wow. Okay.
Do you know jeans before they used to be cutting into there when you'd sit down?
Oh, like
They'd be cutting into her hip
in the early
flexors.
noughties below the belly button, those ones.
Yeah,
Low rise.
And like
We'd no hope, had we?
squeezing your stomach
90s
and-
heroin chic.
Never
You weren't
gonna
allowed
work.
a screed of fat on your
No.
body.
But,
How did we survive?
these are
In
really
bigger pants.
stretchy pants.
They're stretchy.
I can't remember what they are, but they're really nice.
Or are they the ones that stretch at the top with no zip?
That's the only thing I don't like about them is the zip.
What's wrong with the zip?
It keeps opening. And people
Only
didn't
there were
say
a way
it.
to fix
As
it.
the saying goes, a dead bird never fell out of a nest. Or the door to a busy shop is never closed.
Boss, that's what they are. Boss jeans. What? The door to the busy shop is never closed.
Never closed.
If there's ever a true saying, it's not for me. We have Peter Holman. When I had COVID, I only lost taste and smell at Christmas, so I missed out on all the goodies. But I was a party favourite because people would have me try all kinds of weird combinations like mustard in my coffee, peanut butter, pickle and sardine sandwiches, and I couldn't taste any of it. Lol. The only thing around COVID that I actually enjoyed is I drive truck making deliveries on the coast of Maine. It sounds like America.
Maine,
Yes.
it is, yeah.
Because it is America. It's always jam-packed with people, so it's difficult getting around, but during COVID, I was about the only vehicle on the road, so I would just sit back random driveways just because I could, lol.
Was that the end of that story?
That was the end of that story.
Okay. So it was
okay.
that he was a bit of a test subject.
Do you remember when because Chris got sick with COVID first, and she's like, oh my God, I can't taste anything. I'm like, oh my God, that sucks to be you. 24 hours later, opened a bag of salt and vinegar
Do you
potatoes.
remember the
It was like
weirdest smell?
methylated spirits.
Yeah.
And even eating them, all I could taste is methylated spirits.
Yeah.
And then we opened because it's Christmas time.
All I could taste is method. From the last time I tried it, they were exactly the same.
As methylated
And then
spirit.
sweets, like you could eat the sweet and it tasted sweet, but you couldn't tell the difference between all the different flavours.
Yeah.
It's pretty horrible, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it wasn't nice. And a lot of people, it was gone for months and months and months. I know someone that, was it 7 or 8 months?
Really?
It took for the, taste and smell to come back.
What an insane thing to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. But, excuse me, that happens with the flu when you're proper sick that you can't taste properly.
You're not eating.
No, not even that, but it affects your olfactory senses and your tongue.
Your factory senses.
Olfactory. Oh,
Do you ever get memory smells?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
I've been, because I was sick last week, I was getting those. I'm like, oh my God, this is it. I'm going to get bad news. I'm dying. Like, why
I
all of a
always,
sudden?
because it's out of nowhere and you think that's linked to something now, this invisible thread that connects to a certain situation that's happening. Yeah.
So
I
I'm
ate some,
either dying or seeing into the future, something that's about to happen. Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe I should, what did Sophie say a couple of weeks ago? We're
Retarded.
Psycho.
Regarded, I mean.
You can't say that.
You can say it again.
Elon Musk called a load of people the R word on X.
Well, he's a fucking R word, I'll tell you that.
You can't say that.
But no, what did Sophie say?
I don't know. She's
Our
always
logic
kind
will fight against our supernatural ability.
Oh, right.
Remember?
Okay. Yeah. Now that you say it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll have to bring her back in again for more readings. What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us?
Now that we're in the new year and we keep getting sick, she might be able to
She
enlighten
said,
us.
actually, last day that March is fucked for everyone. Something about houses and retrograde and.
Oh, lovely. So just
March
batten
is
down the
fucked.
hatches.
But it's sure if
Write it
everyone's
off.
fucked. We're all in the one
We're
boat.
all in it together.
Yeah.
In it together. That's all our COVID stories.
Well, thanks everyone for sending in the stories. That's interesting. It's interesting that there's even that many people listening.
Yeah. I don't think I have any interesting stories from COVID. I behaved myself.
The first thing you weren't allowed inside the pub unless you bought a €9 pizza.
Should we discuss this the last time?
Yeah.
And
I want to discuss it again.
That's about crowd control. That's all
Yeah.
those measures were crowd control. And you can't really give out too much about what measures were put in place unless you look at what measures were put in place with the virus that was in 2002, the one that was in the 1970s, the one that was in the 1950s, the one that was in the 1900s, like way early on in the zeros, the first few years. Like if you compared the response and at each one of those, and then
Was there the same level of political response for each one of those?
yes, and
No,
they
there
could
wasn't.
only work with the
What they had at the time.
science they had at the time.
Yeah.
do you know what spread the Spanish flu?
People.
Yeah. World War One.
Oh yeah, coming back from the war. Yeah. So you
And do you know what
understand then
spread
the
the plague?
importance of
Because the
crowd
Vatican
control.
said cats were evil, and so they murdered all the cats, and then they couldn't eat the rats, and then the rats had the viruses, and the rats brought it to the people, and they all died.
And
Thank you,
the
Vatican.
women who kept cats, that they kept them inside, and so they weren't
Witches.
murdered. They were called witches because they didn't die from the virus.
Yeah.
And there was
Men
also-
The
Again.
rats couldn't come into the house because of the cats.
the rats. You mean the men? But no, I think they made decisions at the time that were
Regarded.
the best that they could do with the information that they had. Like it
That's
was,
all you can do at
Well,
any
that's what I'm
stage.
saying. It's rich for people to be like, what a load of dung, or like, fuck's sake. But like when you measure it up, and they were having to measure that up against running businesses, and so how much is allowed where you can sort of control a crowd, but people
remember-
still are able to keep their businesses.
They're all having parties inside the doll and that. Do you remember that came out with the
Yes.
story?
That's because
Yes.
they're a pack
So
of
it was
cunts.
like, do as I say.
Not as I
Not
do.
as I do.
Sure, so
That
did
was
the
in-
Tories in the UK.
I was going to say that was in Westminster. There wasn't
everywhere.
parties in the doll.
In the doll every day. What
Yeah,
do they call the
they-
bar in the doll? The bar. You see, he's not. He's. It's the first time since 1952, is it, that the Irish Prime Minister hasn't been invited over to America to the White House on Paddy's Day.
He has no business over there.
He's another arsehole.
Who me
One
on?
of them, two of them.
No, but he's no business over there. Why would you go over there with the shit
this.
that they're going on with?
So they weren't invited because I was listening to something this morning and Sinn Féin are saying, 2 fingers, we're not going.
Yeah.
Good.
And
Do you know what though? Do you know who'll be invited? Mark my word.
your
will
man,
be-
Conor McGregor.
Absolutely.
that
Conor
fool.
McGregor.
No, but what's the Herman Kelly? I read was invited.
Who's Herman Kelly?
He's a really prolific, like far right personality here in Ireland.
Why would you be surprised with that?
I'm not surprised. I'm
Oh,
saying.
right, okay. Yeah. Also, yeah.
I don't even know him. Who is he? What on X is it?
Yes.
And that's it.
No, but he's been in the papers. He's been on social media for a long time.
So Elon said, oh, friend.
Oh, friend. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Can you imagine the questionnaire to get into the White House?
Are you a dullard?
What is your least favourite minority?
Are you woke? No, you're in. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the whole crux of it.
Are you a billionaire? Yeah.
And the fact that they don't have any interest in the etymology of the word woke is the most annoying thing about it.
Well, I brought it up here, the etymology of the word cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't
I like
read
it.
books anymore.
No,
It's a shame.
Vagina is way worse.
What?
A vagina is way worse.
Then
Cunt.
what? Do you,
Say it louder for the people at the back.
I still get people, women, giving out to me for saying it and using it.
Well, they shouldn't. They should actually look it up. It's quite an empowering word. Actually,
Yeah, but I'm calling people say, "Oh, you're a cunt."
Yeah, it does. It changes over time and meaning and whatnot. And
It's
so
very offensive in America because do you know when I call, do you know Greg do shit?
Jesus, that whole thing rumbles on. Like,
I get like 10 voice
you're like
notes
2 girls. Like that.
10 voice notes from him.
from him, yeah, explaining to me why he's right and why I'm wrong. Like, do you know the reel was on that girl? If I weigh over 80 kilos, am I fat? And he just commented, yes. And of course, obviously, I'm going to jump in it.
Like, isn't his whole thing fitness? How can he not tell the difference between?
He looks like his
muscle
face
weight and
was
fat weight?
taken off and put back on again. He's kind of weird looking, and I don't think his brain works.
Do you remember the first?
Did you know your man in Men in Black's faces? That's what he looks like.
No, it's not him.
He's going to come for you now.
I don't give a fuck.
Ooh, you won't say that.
I couldn't give.
You won't say that when you see all 5'4" of him. Do you know he's 5'4"? He's like, you can. I don't understand why you call me a cunt. Like you could take the piss out of my height. Like I'm 5'4" or whatever.
Really? He's only 5'4".
Yeah, he's a. What does he call himself? A manlet.
A what now?
He owned himself.
He calls himself a manlet.
A manlet. That's like a weird genre on Pornhub.
It's like when your penis falls off. What are you? I'm a manlet.
I don't know why, but it feels dirty to say it.
Like you'd have a hard time
Don't-
scrubbing it off your skin afterwards.
No, isn't the correct term small king?
Oh, like in Shrek.
No, small king.
What's small king?
I've literally never heard of that.
You don't spend enough time on the internet. That's what's wrong with you.
I spend too much
And
time.
you're one. I'm flat out. I've no time. This is what
Yeah.
she's doing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I've got a half-hour window in the evening that I can be
you
on my
don't.
phone.
Because I could recall 15 different racist reels using me.
Stop it. Now, what is a small king?
A guy that's shorter in stature. It's a very American term, but they refer to shorter men as small kings. Come on.
It's just a slang word.
Oh, is that just to make them feel better? Actually, it's really mean because why is height even a thing? So,
It's stupid. It's not
Well,
a
would you
thing to
date a
women.
5'4" man?
well, everyone's taller than me, so
But would you date a 5'4" man?
He'd be a half inch taller.
he'd be half inch
Okay.
taller than me.
Okay, would you date a shorter fella?
If shorter, he'd be in a.
Hang on a second. You said, what's all the story about height?
No, actually, no, I wouldn't, because I prefer taller men. What's wrong with that? Back at you, sir.
You just said height doesn't matter.
It said it shouldn't matter.
But it
It's
does
actually,
to you.
roll back the tape there, Roisin. It said it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter, but it does to you.
Well, it's only a personal preference.
All right, okay. That's what I said.
Isn't that what they say, though? That's the argument if a woman is
Yeah.
overweight or whatever, and the guy says, I'm just not into women that
I'm
are
just not into
overweight.
fat
And then
women.
it's not a personal choice, it's that you're fat phobic. So,
Yeah.
like,
Where do you draw the line?
But
It's like you don't like short men, and if a fella said, "No, I don't really like dating fat women; they're not for me," it's like, "Oh, you're fat phobic, so, but you're short phobic, tall
yes,
phobic."
but you could extend that argument then.
So would you date a woman that was 6'7",
No,
6'5",
no,
6'4"?
no.
Oh,
Why
so
are you
you're
expecting him to be like, well, actually, like he's not going to do that. He's
Exactly.
going to straight out tell exactly what he
I
thinks.
think like 5. What is Lena?
So you have a range. Whatever height Lena is, that's the one I want.
That's the cut-off point. No, tallness is like, and then they come with big feet as well.
What if she was the perfect height but had big
Height?
feet?
No, negative.
What's wrong with big feet?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
They're always smelly, aren't they?
Literally no.
What that is.
I think the
ridiculous.
thing about big feet is they come with other stuff, like
Toes?
long toes. Do you know, like a big foot would have long,
That just makes them good at running.
and they kind of perch.
How many
I'm
big
sorry,
feet
if you-
have you seen that do that?
Have you studied a population of humans with larger than average feet and the length of their toes?
Like, look.
Have
Google.
you seen our toes? And we don't have big feet.
We've all fingers.
See, that's fine when they're smaller. You can kind of get. It's easier to get over. But when they're
Figuratively and
bigger
literally.
feet are hairier.
Also,
Again,
no,
that's
no,
not
like
true.
literally,
God,
you know,
he went to the school of hard knocks.
If you make stuff up, it's more interesting.
Bigger feet are just uglier.
It's okay.
like-
You don't have to defend it. If you
I'm
don't like
not.
them, it's fine. And there's this wrong with them, that wrong with them, the other thing wrong with them. I know I'm
Big
telling
feet
lies now, but
or hands. See hands where the knuckles are. and
Yes.
Instead of knuckles. Instead of knuckles, they have dimples.
Oh, that's really cute. You know, when your
Hang on,
babies are
wait.
small and they have dimples where their knuckles are. It's so cute. That
That's
is
different.
cute.
That's a baby. That's grand.
you're saying really big hands have dimples instead of knuckles. I've seen big hands with knuckles. Again,
But
lies.
see, that's fine. No, I'm saying the hands just come with dimples.
Is there a problem
Not
with
big
their
or small,
knuckles?
just dimples.
You just imagine when they punch someone as well, they go. So that duck noise. It's like, oh, did you punch me?
You'd open your eyes and be.
What a cute fight. Aw. Do this side. No.
There's just things, small
Our
things
track
like
record, like anything goes. What
that. Literally,
What do you mean anything goes?
you literally went out with a soft hand.
Oh,
He was a soft hand with legs. Do you know, anytime I have that image in my
stop
head,
it. Stop it.
I just have that of a sling. Do you remember that sling?
Oh, yeah.
It was,
yeah,
must have been
yeah.
on there for 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. There's the time when there was no deer in Ruska.
No dear.
Yeah.
We'll leave that there.
We'll leave that
We'll
there,
leave
yeah.
that there now.
No, I'm not allowed to tell that one.
I love venison.
I don't. The smell of it is even weird.
Did you see when Caroline was here 2 weeks ago?
Star, you mean?
Who's Caroline?
Star was here 2 weeks ago. And I was going to get something to eat. I was like, fucking no, I'll just have porridge and go home instead. She goes, oh yeah, I brought lunch anyway. She brought her out lunch. She's like a big box of venison, and it's like the most perfect thing you could eat because it was organic venison that she got off of a hunter, and it was like leafy veg, all this lovely salady, leafy
I've never
stuff.
tasted it.
It was nice. It looked to me, I was like, oh Jesus, because
Very
cold
meaty.
steak is horrible.
No, I eat cold food all the time.
No, I don't
because-
like it.
But no,
I only eat steak when
And she was
it's
like, go
cooked
on,
for
try
me,
it. I
so-
was like, okay, I'm just going to do this because of, and I was like, fuck, that's actually nice.
No.
Can't beat venison for Shrint.
Do you know what's lovely?
Lead in the pencil.
Barbecued, no chicken.
Venison.
No, it's these new things. I don't know, they new in Aldi. Oh, so nice.
Processed food.
Well, it is because I don't eat meat.
There's better ways of getting your protein.
Yeah, if I had more time.
Legumes. If you get off your phone and stop
Legumes.
sending racist memes all the time.
I fucking don't. They're not.
Stop
Viewers,
calling her
it's
out.
not racist.
No, it's
Shut up.
It's not racism. It's just
Leave my sister alone.
offensive.
And we're going to tell our mom.
I finished Yellowstone. And what a fucking letdown.
Was it?
Oh,
I
yeah?
didn't want to watch the rest. There was like 30 minutes left in that. I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm not. Okay, I'll watch it. The fella that made it is really fucking annoying, obnoxious American. Taylor Sheridan is his name.
All right.
And he just owns everything on Yellowstone. He owns all the ranches, the whole thing. He just owns everything.
He owns it all.
Everything, yeah, and he leases it out to Paramount and everything. But you can just tell by this man, even though he's acting, that he's an arsehole.
Oh, he acts in it as
He
well.
acts in it as well, and he gave him this really macho part that he was the guy from Texas.
Of course he did. He wasn't going to give himself a shitty
You
part.
could be
What's his first name again? Taylor.
I think it's Taylor Sheridan. And
Sheridan.
in the 5th season, he fell out with Kevin Costner.
Shocker.
Why is it a shocker?
If he's a kind of an asshole anyway,
yeah.
of course he's going to fall out with people.
But like Kevin Costner made Yellowstone.
Absolutely.
Made it.
Jesus, he is a bloody handsome man. For his,
Handsome
what is
man.
he, 70 years old? He's
Do
absolutely
you see
gorgeous.
him where Cher was singing recently and the look on his face like,
Yeah.
Just see when at the whatever was going on in America there recently.
Brian and Blake.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
That's Connor's Connor.
what's that now? Brian and
I
Blake.
actually couldn't love the man even more.
Oh, Ryan and Blake.
Ryan and Blake, yeah.
Ryan and Blake, and they were kind
Oh,
of taking
yeah.
the piss out of your one for the sexual assault.
Yeah.
And Kevin Costner's got behind him going,
Like looking at the two, watch the two of
Fucking
these
hang
Fucking
Yeah.
fools.
Egypts, yeah.
I mean,
You can't say that
regarded. Yeah, I love Kevin Costner.
I could
Have
say.
you seen Yellowstone?
I
Bits.
accidentally saw the middle of it.
The
So I haven't
first
seen the
2
start of
seasons
it.
are class. And you'll
How many
fall in love
seasons?
with Rip.
I did, well, yeah.
You will. And then you'll fall out of love with him because him and his wife are a pair of cunts.
Rip, the fella, hang on now till I see. Did he get shot after she was attacked?
Probably. Rip is the tough guy, the rugged,
On the ranch?
black beard, glasses, cowboy. He's like, do you know, if you need something done, he's been awful handy fella to know that call Rip. Rip will know what to do. Do you know, he's that fella.
We have a Rip, don't we?
We have a Rip, yeah.
Who?
Tony.
Oh, no, not that type of Rip. Do you know if you need someone...
Oh, we just called him a
murdered.
Rip from now on.
Murdered, yeah.
Oh, murdered.
Do you want someone clipped?
Oh, no, I'm saying that I haven't asked Tony to...
You never know.
So we don't actually
He'd probably
know.
give you a good rate too, I imagine.
We'll have to ask him.
It'd probably be
I
cheaper
have
for
this
me, to be
problem,
fair.
Tony. Yes, what is it?
He
There's this
is
guy.
just...
Lovely.
He's like a small pot.
Yeah.
Handy as.
Handy. Sound as well. It's an important part.
Rip is the fella that's going out with the daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's a desperate...
Oh my God, she's a fucking cunt.
But brilliant.
She plays the part so well. You'd have to wonder, is she a bit of a cunt in real life?
No, I don't think so.
I think you'd have to be. You can't be that much
She's
of a...
beautiful and her red hair is gorgeous.
Stunning. I know,
Gorgeous,
yeah. I'd kill for red hair.
Yeah.
And
That's different red hair.
she's English.
She's
She does a really good
Yep.
Texan accent. Or, hang on, no, where are they?
Montana.
Montana.
One of them, yeah.
Montana. But it's actually filmed in Utah. Is that what you said?
Utah?
Utah, yeah.
I don't know. I can't open anything in this because it's so bloody slow.
So I watched that. So that'll be my series. Yellowstone.
Even though we already covered it.
2 seasons are good. Last 3 seasons
Well,
are...
I'll tell you what I'm flat out watching and I can't find it on IMDb is Married at First Sight Australia.
My God.
We've been
Did
watching that
they
for
get
years.
just the biggest assholes they could find in Australia?
You know, I wonder, I'm like, if that's a reflection of Aussies, they are worse than the Americans.
Yeah.
They are the most arrogant, self-centered, immature idiots.
We watch it when it comes out on that
There's a
TV
few
program.
accepted.
We probably can't
Just
tar
funny
the
because-
entire nation.
Last year when Maths came out, because we watch Maths every year,
Yeah.
and do you know, there was one guy that's always a fucking cunt. He's
Oh, then
there's
this new
always one
series,
guy.
Michael. There's always one.
There's
yeah.
always one fella that
Yeah.
just, you're like, oh, legend, choke him. But I put up a picture on my Instagram. I was like, this fella is such a fucking cunt, right?
Yeah.
2 days later,
The cunt got onto you.
messaged me.
Oh, did he?
I was like, I love your stuff. And that was it. And I was like, oh.
Are they playing a part then?
Did he not see that you called him out?
I don't know because I went in his
Oh, he
page
thought it was a little pet term.
and he was following me, but
He stopped.
what were the chances?
High enough, you've got a high enough following.
I know, yeah, but
Like it's not
Maths-
1 in a million.
I think it would be. Like, I didn't think Maths that big until I put up that story. Like, a load of people watch it.
Humongous.
Massive,
So good.
It's huge. Celebs and all are watching it, but it is excellent. It's so good. But you wonder how much of it is scripted.
Scripted, a lot of it apparently.
Yeah. And apparently they all went rogue on this series because they were like,
No way.
fuck the producers, fuck this, it's not working. Yeah.
Where can I watch it?
We watch it on TV.
Thanks for clearing that up. You mean I can't watch it on my radio? Obviously.
We watch it when it comes on, what's the name of
On
that
the
TV channel?
television?
Yeah, but like on the TV. Like, do you know what I mean? Like on
Channel 9.
RTE?
Like on, yeah, like on a channel. It comes on a
Network
channel.
2?
And it's like Maths. It's on every night at 9 o'clock.
TV3?
Well,
So
we
that's-
started because obviously not all episodes are out. So myself and my son Alex reached into season 7 because actually I had more series watched than I realised. And series 7, oh my God, murder.
They're
They're
so
just
annoying.
there. But you wonder sometimes. There's one girl that she goes up to the altar and she has twin boys. Altar, yeah, because they get married.
Married
It's
at
married
first
at first sight.
sight. They meet
so
each
they
other at
meet
the
each
altar.
other at the altar.
Oh.
It's such a good social experiment, and that's what I love watching people anyway. So she goes up to the altar, and you can tell immediately, like she's not into him, and she spends about 6 weeks saying how much she misses her children. Fuck off, they're twins and 2. You wanted a break, and then right. But then she sees this guy, and she's not into him. I'm sitting there going, oh,
So if she was into him, she wouldn't have missed the kids, like.
Well, you get paid $1,500 per episode. I'd be like, bye kids.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
later.
I'll get you presents on the way back.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
kids?
Yeah, she just, I don't know.
€1,500 an episode. I can't wait
Per
to
episode?
We're making that here.
Yeah, apparently I was looking it up during the week because I'm like, they have to. Do
you
they
do
get
it?
paid? Would I? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think. Well, at first I said no, and then I'm watching and I thought, it could be actually no, because what if I have to like get up close with someone? Well,
You don't have to.
You don't have if you don't want her.
You don't have to wonder.
Can you imagine they do the ceremony and then they go, there's the reception and then they come back to the hotel and like some of the girls say, okay, so I'm sleeping in the bed, you can sleep elsewhere. And then one of the guys comes in, he's sitting on the edge of her bed. I'd lose the plot.
Do you know,
get off my bed.
there was last year's one. There was
shit.
Do you know what it is?
And go.
It's like 9 females and 9 males or whatever, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying anything, right? But one of the females was a trans female, meaning she was a man before, now she's a female.
Right.
And she was married to one of the fellas, and he was going mad. And I still don't get it because they weren't having things.
Relations.
But she hasn't the right tools for the job.
How do you know she hasn't?
Well, I assume. I don't.
Exactly.
But like, even still, like
we can stop it there.
like, but and then they stop.
If they specified that they're open to transgender, it's the same as the heterosexual couple. Some people are not ready for sex, and that's okay.
You have to watch this episode.
You're trying to make a problem here.
No, you'd have to watch this episode because he was even during it, he was like, why am I matched with this person?
Which there's loads of them that say that they
Why
shouldn't
was
be
he
matched with.
anti-trans? No, I suppose he was just what's it called?
Sounds a little bit like he was.
Penis, maybe.
Not anti-trans.
I don't care. Even after surgery, it's not going to be the same.
How do you
It's
know?
just excellent entertainment.
How do you know?
It can't be
How do you know?
because I've seen it. No, I've seen Botched. Have you ever seen?
Oh my God, Botched is probably the best program on television. It is
I
excellent.
watched the first episode.
Yeah,
And it's a bit like,
shite. It's the
they
same
fair
thing.
drag it out. You could do it in 10 minutes.
No, but the two lads, the two doctors, what are their names? They are hilarious. They're so
I
funny.
just wish they'd stop with the like that. They drag.
Oh, for fuck.
The Mickey out
It's
of
American and Australian TV.
And then it's just cameras.
So annoying. Yeah.
Even maths, they
Ads.
do a bit and then it goes to an ad and they do the dun 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 before they go to a break. Then it comes back after dun 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 and they repeat.
I don't have the.
Like my memory isn't that short. Stop
attention span.
fucking repeating. Like it's 36 episodes long. It could be 20 maybe.
That first episode of Bosch, they go to some fella's house in Hollywood who's like, his husband is really rich. And so he's a stay-at-home husband.
Children
Spare
are
me.
just staying, rattling around the house on his own.
He looks like a Ken doll. And basically, anyway, and it's so fucking funny. What he was doing was having muscles. He was calling himself like a body architect or something like that. And he was helping design implants that would show up on you like muscles would. And it was like the length of time it took him to design the muscles.
When he could have been in the gym.
It doesn't work. Go to the fucking gym. Lazy bastard. Oh my God. And then they
Was he
called
a
to his
slave?
house. I had to fast forward that whole thing. I couldn't even fucking look at him. He disgusted me so much. And then they spent a good 15 minutes in his house just talking rot. Like, no, can't.
Punch him.
Oh my God. Like,
Is there
so
like
his
a
whole
channel
body
on
is
TV
plastic.
for ADHD people that no ads, nothing, lightning fast?
5 minutes done. In and out.
Imagine, would you love to get him into the sauna? But like hold him for a good conversation, so they're knowing full well that he's going to come out all.
Oh, what would his body do around the
no,
implants?
I'm gonna have to do
What do you think? Nothing. How
What
deep do they
material do you
go?
think it's made out of?
It'll have to go extra soft.
Nope.
Heat makes everything go soft, doesn't it? Even after a bath, even your own muscles there will soften.
They're not plastic.
I haven't gone for a bath in about 6 or 7 years.
Dirty bitch.
Oh my God, you're disgusting.
Well, a shower, obviously,
Sure.
not a bath.
Sure, you don't even have a shower.
That's why I'm all the way over here. Can
That's
I please
exactly-
be graduated up here
that's
to the
why you're over
side?
there.
That it's.
God, 6 years. Okay. Shmuel.
I said no names.
Oh yeah. Poor
What you call him?
Schmearing. Come into the smell of it. Smell it out.
Doesn't that happen on your toe though?
But yeah, why? Because it's
Schmel can come from
We're
anywhere.
back to gout.
It's part of the family. Yeah, it's part of the family that's arthritis. But why is it only your toe, or can it affect other?
We did look
joints?
this up. We'll have to look back that episode. We won't. No, we won't.
Okay.
We shan't.
Anyway,
And my film is
I Do you know what mine is actually? And it's only because I had a conversation about it this morning. And I said to my friend, I said, what's that movie? Your one with the 3 boobs? And she said, Total Recall. I actually watched it last week. I was like, that's what I'm going to watch. Because I haven't seen it in years. I'm going to watch that
Why
tonight.
does she have 3 boobs?
Yeah.
She was an alien.
Yeah, an alien. He's a fella. He's having
think I've
dreams
ever
all the
seen that.
time about Mars, and it turns out they implanted these images into his head, and it's like a whole thing. And once he figures out, then they're after him. But yeah, there's a lot of really famous actors in it.
Like last night, it wasn't enough to save the movie, I don't think.
Is that your one then?
Which movie?
Went to see The Monkey last night.
Oh yeah, it looks shit, and it was meant to be awful.
I thought it looked good.
6.8 on IMDb, because I actually ended up looking
That's
it
not
up
great.
afterwards.
6 point something.
6.8 for
horror.
like a comedy horror is very good.
Oh, comedy and horror shouldn't go together.
But like
I
it's
love comedy
Theo
horror.
James,
Name a
isn't
good
that his
one.
name? He's brilliant. Hang on. Hang about.
Stranger Things is kind of comedy horror.
No, it's not.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, yeah,
Excellent.
excellent. The series and the movie.
I haven't seen the movie,
Have I
but
said that
series.
before?
Oh,
The
I need to
movie.
watch the
A
series.
lot of
the
people don't
movie.
get the series now because I've shown it to.
Matt Berry? Who doesn't get Matt Berry?
Yeah, Matt,
He's like-
I love
Is that
him.
the Australian fella?
He's English.
City. Yeah.
No, like.
Or
with-
don't tempt me with those cheap sex potions. Perfume.
Yeah, he's Australian.
Matt
Does he
Berry.
play the crab in Moana?
Moana?
Don't know.
Trying a crab.
No.
No.
Oh, he could be friend. No, he's definitely Australian. He's in What We Do in the Shadows with. There's 4 vampires.
Yeah.
There's my friend.
Taika.
You mean your man, not Taika Waititi.
Taika
Waititi.
Your man from
Oh, the
Flight
other
of the
fella.
Concords.
Yes,
Yeah.
him.
What's his name? Oh my God.
Isn't he Australian?
No, well, I could look it up
Yes.
here if the laptop was working, but it is on a go slow. So.
What we Montclair.
Montclair.
Oh, yeah.
Lads, what's his name?
Jack Quinn.
Anyway, so I went to see The Monkey and I was a little bit disappointed. And my series is Maths. Flat out watching Maths.
Jermaine Clement.
That's it.
Jermaine.
That's it.
Should
Yeah.
have known that.
He's unreal.
So there.
And what was my series?
This is Peter.
Peter. When he hands the chicken into him. And Stu, the best friend that's really good with
He
computers.
made a really good film actually recently. Well, it's good.
Taika did.
Yeah. It's about soccer. It's a soccer team and
Oh, with Michael Fassbender. That
yeah,
one.
actually, yeah.
It's really good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah? What's that called?
Recommend.
I watched it on a plane to America.
Sure, I can't because this bloody thing isn't working. This is like a prop, not a real laptop.
Not that you use it anyway.
I should have papers, so at the end of every episode, I shuffle them like a newsreader. If that thing didn't record, I
God,
will
excuse
set
me.
fire to this building and we won't be recording it again. I can tell you that.
I absolutely
For
won't be
sure.
doing it again. No, what was the movie? Hang on now. Taika Waititi movie.
It was to do with football.
Michael
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
Fassbender.
Du-du-du.
Next goal wins.
Next goal wins.
Is that the one?
Very
That's
good.
2023.
Yeah,
2023.
yeah, it's very good.
No, you're both telling lies because he isn't in that.
Who?
Oh wait, he's the fella that comes
the
over
coach,
to
yeah.
New
He's
Zealand.
the coach.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Oh boys.
What's your series, Chris, and your movie? So that
My
we can-
movie is Total Recall.
Actually, 1 second. There's a good film that you should watch. Is Wolfman.
I watched it.
Oh, you watched it? Oh, there you go.
There you go. Now
That's the end of that.
Save your film.
your one from Ozarks is in it. The girl with the blonde hair. I just didn't see enough of her in it. I felt because she's a fantastic actor, and it was a bit.
I watched it when I was really, really sick, so I can't remember much of it.
It
I was hallucinating and everything.
It was okay. Are you sure you didn't have COVID? Because I was hallucinating with COVID, and that was horrible, horrible.
I can tell you something. If this was COVID, I'd be getting vaccinated. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I already am.
Can you say that?
Yeah, if
Can
I
you say
was-
that
if
again
I-
for the camera?
No,
if
no,
I
no,
was
wait,
this sick-
wait. There is a vaccination for what you had.
There's not.
There's
because
a flu
I went to the
vaccine.
doctor.
Flu.
No, because I had more than the flu. Because I went to the Shannon Doc.
The Shannon Doc.
And you know, it's funny because
The
I went to Shannon Doc and I was banging on the door. I was like, for fuck's sake, will you let me in? Banging. Ring.
You didn't ring ahead.
Watch this. Ring, ring, bang, 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 ring. Looking up, looking up at the camera like this. Right, I was like, fuck's sake. Back into the car, rang Shannon Doc. I was like, I'm really sick. I have pains in my fucking everything.
Was it your first time at Shannon Doc?
I haven't been to the doctor in like fucking years. I don't know how it works. So I rang Shannon Doc and she was like, okay, we'll ring you back there in half an hour. I was like, all right, yeah, I might as well die here. So for the next half an hour.
It's on your conscience if I die.
Oh, and then the doctor rang me back. He says, if you can get a COVID test, get it done. And I was like,
That's when you were
Isn't that your
texting us
job?
looking for one.
I was like,
yeah.
isn't that your job, sir? Oh, I'm the doctor now, am I?
Mr.
Okay,
Scientist.
I will get the anyway. So, and I was, do you know, when you're that sick, it's like you don't want to do anything. So I was like, walked into the shop. I went in the shop, and I said, "Can we go over this?" And she says, "We don't actually have them here. Actually, I might have one behind the counter." And she
Is
was
that
gone
where
for
you dragged her out over it?
5 minutes? She was gone to come over and say, "Actually, no, we don't." I was like, "All right, yeah." I've been shaking my fucking life
Spreading
away
the germs around. Good. Yeah.
Went into Centra, got a COVID test, took the COVID test, rammed the thing up my nose, what to do? Up your hole, up your nose.
The up your hole is a different test.
Wasn't COVID, went to the doctor, went back to Shannon Doc, said I had my test. He goes, okay, come in now, I'll open the door for you. I was like, right, okay. Walked up to the door.
Can't let you when you're too sick.
I got you. Knocked on the door, rang the doorbell, looking up the camera, I was like, what are you fucking doing inside there? Let me in, I want to go home, back
Wasn't
to bed.
the door to Shannon Doc.
Wasn't the door to Shannon Doc. Some fella pops to the door doing the, are you looking for Shannon Doc? He's like, yeah, they moved about 2 years ago.
You went to the old place. Oh my God. You idiot.
I was like, San Diego.
Oh my God.
Wow.
How often do they? That's a solicitor's now, isn't it?
It is,
I
yeah.
hadn't a clue it was.
Yeah.
I can tell you what he
With the big
wasn't.
What I do won't
solicitors
help
above
you.
the door.
I can tell you what he wasn't, was a doctor. Went up to Shannon Doc and he tested me. He says, yeah, you have the flu, but he said, there's something else going on with you. He said you have some sort of bacterial infection in your lungs, lots of fluid inside your lungs.
So going back to your point, the flu
But it
vaccine
wasn't
wouldn't
COVID.
work
The flu would
because
have been fine. I can handle it. I've gotten the flu before, but this, and you know what? It's so annoying. It's like when you're trying to sleep and there's someone like this to you, poking you. Right, wake up. Poking you constantly.
I don't know what kind of
Who's
flu
in the
you
bed
got.
with you?
Because I was in the bed like this, and every time I breathe out,
Oh yeah, so the time I went to the doctor, he asked did I asthma that my lungs were that bad.
it was literally.
How did that translate to poking you in the leg?
Because all you can hear is the crackling in her chest. It's so annoying. And then it goes, because it obviously changes inside her chest. So it's a different noise every time you breathe out. So it's like,
So it was distracting you.
Did your ghost visitor not come and
no, she was out of there.
give
She
you
didn't want to get sick.
a bunch of grapes?
No, she didn't want to
No,
get sick.
it was
Oh, Patrick,
so
I
bad.
never told you. I had my own scary
Oh, yeah.
episode. So I'm at home, in bed, asleep. And I wake up and I hear doof, 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 doof. And I woke up because the lads weren't with me. So I'm thinking, the fucking hell is that? Next thing I hear children laughing and what sounds like runs around the front of the house. And I went, okay, 2 options here.
Die immediately, or
Yeah, close your eyes and go back to sleep and pretend it didn't happen. So I was lying there for ages going, I must have dreamt that, but I felt awake. I ended up going back to sleep anyway, but it has haunted me ever since.
It's funny that you say that because I was trying to scare Freddie during the week and I succeeded. So I
What
thought
did you
I was
do?
gone. So I walked into this, it was about 9 or 10 o'clock. I went out for a walk and I came back in and I could hear Freddie inside the cinema. He was like, oh, that is home, I think. And he peeped out and I was hiding because I knew he'd peep out. And I got this.
You fecker.
Needless to say, I got him. He's like, Mommy, there's girls laughing out in the sun.
that's terrible. Did you start laughing though and come
Yeah.
in and say like it was you? You didn't pretend it was a ghost and keep it going.
No, well, 10 minutes, like whatever.
Oh my God, mental scarring forever.
Toughen up. Getting ready for those girls.
Sure, look at us now.
Tough as nails. Zero anxiety. Lies.
Crippled with it. Crippled.
Everyone,
I made it alive from it.
everyone has anxiety these days.
But there's no lot of it going around.
Too much is being asked of us. Like, fuck off and leave me alone.
Leave me
talking to
alone.
me.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Stop talking to me.
Anyway, how long are we at this now? I feel like I'm here forever.
I've enough.
Anyway, lads, thank you all. Thank you all. If you would like to write to us, write to us.
And
Ghost
if you don't,
stories.
don't.
If you've ghost stories.
COVID stories. All the stories.
Or like I felt like it was lucid dreaming, really, or because I get sleep paralysis. So if anybody has sleep paralysis stories, it's fucking horrific.
That's
I got sleep paralysis once, but it wasn't sleep. It was actual paralysis from drinking weed.
Oh yeah,
What?
that he told the story a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember? He had a shower. He thought that would wake him up, and he went downstairs. And he went, "Nope." Back upstairs again.
That was so horrible.
No, don't do drugs, kids.
Or if you do,
Do the right ones.
And in the quiet of your own home.
Disprin. Everyone do a bit of Disprin. Thank you all.
Shin
Good
shin.
day.
Bye.